Welcome back. Well, we are all just trying to adjust to a new reality during this pandemic. So recently, Tiff had the chance to talk with an expert about ways to feel normal again. Take a look.
Humans are creatures of habit, and disrupting a daily routine can cause stress. On top of that, working from home can also compound that stress with distractions, burnout, and feeling overwhelmed. Joining us now with ideas to be productive, balanced, and support your overall well-being is leadership expert Beth Ridley. Hi, Beth.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Thanks for joining us. You know, this is so great. This is, I think, a time when everybody is worried about needing to be productive, but not feeling productive.
Yeah, totally. I think, learning how to be productive from home when we have so many distractions we have to develop a new muscle around this.
Absolutely. And you say, here's the deal. The good news is you can embrace simple practices. So you have your 7 tips to create a new normal to be productive, balanced, and sane, which we all need right now. So let's kind of run through them. Starting with the first one, you say discuss as a family the expectations for what should be accomplished each and every day.
Oh, yeah. And I learned this one the hard way because we were not doing this. And I've got older kids who theoretically should be helping out around the house. And I was finding that I was getting really stressed out and having to constantly nag them, to clean up, help me out, organizing the kitchen and that type of thing. So we started doing every morning or even the night before, just what do I expect of everyone in the household to be able to chip in so that I don't have to nag and annoy them and that we all feel like we're in this together and we all play a part.
Well, I love that because that's what you do. You improve team dynamics, and that's how you have success even within your own family.
Yes, totally. And it is really heartening to see how a family can come together, but it does take, I think, a little bit of intention and talking about it so everybody sort of knows what their role is and should be.
It's good because it always starts with a little eye rolling, so you got to set the road, set the road straight. I know it starts with the mornings, and that's your second tip, is you say develop a morning routine and stick with it. Why is that so important?
I think a morning routine is important for 2 reasons. One, we are all creatures of habit, and so when our routines got upended, it can be really stressful. So if we can start the day off with some type of predictable routine, just to give us that sense of habit again, I think is really helpful in terms of reducing stress. And then the other reason is that how we start the day sort of sets the tone for the day. So if we can even feel like we've accomplished small things, whether it's making your bed or, just getting up and actually getting dressed, I think sort of sets the tone that, I've accomplished something today, and it gives a sense of positivity for the rest of the day.
I like that. Your third one, I'm a firm believer in and do as well. You say reflect on purpose and your intentions for the day. How do we do that?
Yeah, I actually think this is really important because I started to feel kind of like when I can't predict the future, when I don't know how long the quarantine is going to last, you start to just kind of feel down and maybe lose a little hope, like, oh, why am I even bothering? So I think in the morning, before I actually sit down and engage in any work, I remind myself, what is the work that I do and why is it meaningful? It just sort of gives all the little tasks that I'm doing a little bit more meaning and purpose. And then I try to find like one thing, if I could accomplish one thing today that would make me feel good about the day, make me feel happy that it was a good day, what would that one thing be? And sometimes it's, we will go on a walk as a family, or I will cook enough food for the next week so I don't have to worry about one thing. I think just really helps to, again, feel a sense of empowerment, especially when everything else around us may be out of our control.
Yeah, and even if just putting on pants and getting out of your pajamas for the day, that's an accomplishment.
You know what? Especially working at home. And I think for the first 3 days, I was not changing out of my pajamas. And I sort of operated as if I, really didn't have a purpose or meaning. And I think just those little things, putting on makeup, just helps to make you feel more empowered.
It's very true. It kind of wakes you up. One of the things you mentioned, your fourth tip is to build in formal breaks throughout the day. And I believe in structure and us all needing it. So how do you feel that's important?
I think if it's important to like sort of refresh and re-energize, I try to do it in between tasks, especially when we're all spending so much time inside. I really try to even go outside, take a walk just around the block, clear my head, get a little bit of exercise in. I think that's really important just to continue to feel renewed and energized to make it through a full day that can otherwise just feel long and endless if you're just stuck in the same place working without even looking up or going out.
It's true. I'm running out of time a little bit, so I want to make sure we get through the last ones. Number 5 is set boundaries so you can focus. How do we help kids, especially with creative ways to be more self-sufficient and patient?
Yeah, so for my kids, again, a little bit older, but I set up an area where they have all sorts of, games and things that they can do, also so that they're not always just on the phone. And I even created a bowl with a whole bunch of different ideas in there, like learn how to moonwalk, cook something in the kitchen, something like that, that when in doubt, they can reach in there, pull out, come up with an idea, and keep themselves busy. And I try to be very clear, when I'm working, you're going to have to learn how to entertain yourself a little bit. And they have been practicing that.
That's a good skill to have so you don't get lonely. Your last 2, be disciplined with a cutoff for the night so that you can invest in the relationships around you and then get plenty of sleep, which we all know the benefits are overwhelming. Thank you so much for joining us, Beth.
Thank you. Stay well.
You too. Stay healthy. I know you've got all your suggestions at your website, which is thebrimfullife.com, and our website, themorningblend.com, to rewatch this. Thanks, Beth.
Thank you.